You know what time it is? It is 24-ounce Tuesday. As good as I can get though. 700 mils, 24 ounce-ish, roughly, about. Cannot get in cans here. I did a little research, had a look, and yeah, you just can't get it. You can get various size cans, just not 24 ounce, 700 mil, whatever. So, and funnily enough, guys, I thought this would be fitting, as this is what I used to drink. Hard to believe, I know. But this is the kind of beers that I used to drink. Mega Swirl, or whatever you want to call it. This is a low carb beer. You know, whatever, low carb, no carb. All, you know, those kind of beers. Super dry, they tend to call them, dry of some variety. Yeah, so this is what I used to drink. And if you watch my Hungry Wednesday, I talked a little bit about it. Yeah, when I started doing this, I did it for money, you know, to save money, make cheap beer, because this stuff is actually still worth like almost 50 Australian dollars for a carton of 24 330ml bottles. So $50, that's a lot of money for that kind of beer. I mean, I know it's lagered, and all that, but you know, the way they do it, you know, it's like they'd be spending a lot of money on it. You know, cheap, cut every corner they possibly can. But yeah, so I used to do kit and kilo, and this is the kind of beer that I was trying to make then. Yeah, this is what I was trying to duplicate or replicate. So I thought it'd be fitting to revisit the kind of beer that I used to like. And by like, this was before I had an appreciation for beer as well. I had never tried craft beer. You know, never tried really craft beer up until maybe 3 years ago. Before that, it was this super dry, low carb beers of some variety. So yes, I thought it would be fitting, guys. See, twist up. Cheers. Tastes like not a lot really. Clean, crisp. You got to drink out of the bottle. It'll be full Aussie bogan on this one. Anyway, taste just as I remember it. It's hot as hell too, so this is probably going to go down quite easily. Just like drinking water, eh? Just a touch more flavour. Here's what it is. So yeah, I thought I'd give this a go, guys. I mean, I don't know if I'll do this again or not, but I thought, yeah, everyone's giving it a go, so I'll just give it a go. Okay, so I guess I could, yeah, touch more on, you know, kit and kilo. I started off basically to save money. You know, beer here, wherever you are in the rest of the world, I'm not sure, I think it's pretty cheap, especially this kind of stuff, but here, like I said, 50 Australian dollars for 24 330ml bottles of this sort of beer. That, you know, look at that. I don't know if you can see through there, but a couple of swigs and it's almost gone. So it's something you can polish off. Oh, it's like, you know, I know it's hot, man. It's like, it's hot right now. You know, 8 o'clock, wherever it is at night. Oh, sorry, 9:30. And it's hot here. You know, hot as hell. Got the fan going, and I'm still sweating, just sitting here. So, but yeah, it's like we live in Mexico or something. I swear to God, the beer styles that basically flood the whole market are all lagers, they call them, obviously. Beer that's been lagered, you know, lager yeast, whatever. And they all are pretty similar. You know, flavourless, easy to drink, down the hatch. lawnmower beer, I guess you would say. So yeah, I thought, you know, I'm just gonna start making this myself. How hard can it be? And you know, this is before I knew anything about beer and all that sort of thing. So, and then obviously you do it. You get your tin, you get your sugar, adjunct, whatever it is, of whatever variety. You know, maltodextrin, dextrose, malt, whatever. And you mix it all up. You know, chuck it all, whack it all together. Sprinkle some yeast on that comes with the tin. And there you go. You know, in a week, you're told, you know, you can bottle or whatever, and 2 weeks later you can drink it. You know, I'm thinking to myself when I first started that, you know, in that amount of time I'm gonna have this beer. You know what I mean? That's how easy it is. Fermenting it at 30 degrees Celsius with the yeast that comes in the pack, you know, with the kit under the little lid. Anyway, yeah, the beer was atrocious. You know what I mean? You could barely call it beer. You know, disgusting, gross. Anyway, over time, I guess, yeah, you start changing what you're doing a little bit. You know, you start looking up things. What am I doing wrong here? Google obviously helps with everything. But before, I didn't even try that. I just, you know, followed the instructions like, you know, you think you would be meant to. So yeah, I guess I sort of swamp. What's it called? Swamp, like the swamp. You know, the bucket, water, wet towel, ice, changing out to bring the temps down and that. And I guess realised then that it become drinkable. You know, it was actually okay. You know, I was on the verge of, you know, throwing in the towel anyway. And then it was okay. It was nothing like this, you know. Obviously, you get those fruity esters and everything from those yeasts, especially here, Australia. The kits are all, you know, pretty much Australian that you can buy locally at like the local grocery store or, you know, whatever. And it's quite fruity, like the esters and stuff that we get from like the Coopers. A lot of you would have used Coopers kits. And their yeast that comes with it, especially fermenting at those temperatures. I mean, it's very like a durable, whatever you want to call it, sort of yeast strain that can ferment up, you know, high and get still reasonably low, I believe. But yeah, so definitely nothing like this. Didn't turn out anything like an actual lager you would buy. And then obviously started looking into that further, and then, you know, you do all your research and you know, start trying to prove it, and then, you know, you find out about yeast. You know, use a good yeast. So get rid of that pack that goes in the bin, the one that comes with it, and get yourself a good one. USA5, obviously universal, clean strain, pretty much foolproof. And then your water. Even though we got pretty good water here, it's actually, you know, it's very good, clean water. You know, you could drink out of the tap, and it tastes good. You know, you get a lot of chlorine or anything like that. So, but yeah, you know, water, they say water and the yeast, fermenting at good temperatures. Clean water, decent yeast strain, ferment at good temperatures, and you're going to get, you know, a lot better beer. And that's what I ended up doing, and it definitely improved the beer. Always fighting with the temperature though. In summer here it gets, you know, 30, tomorrow's meant to be 37 degrees Celsius, so, you know, pushing up towards 40 degrees, and it's humid as hell, so, and obviously the temperatures sort of fluctuate up and down a lot. So, yeah, and then, you know, yeah, persevered with that until, you know, I could get a fridge. But the fridge was still sort of doing some kits. That's when I was moving into partial, you know, just using grain, steeping grain, and then boiling hops. And then, you know, I think I picked that up from the Coopers website, where they have their own recipes on there. Pretty good recipes too, you know, and you add hops and stuff. And that's when I found hops. Didn't even know what hops were. I know they're mostly written on beer bottles, but that was about my extent of knowledge of hops before that. And then, yes, my eyes were opened. Once they're open, they can never be closed. So then it was just a very quick journey into the world of hoppy beers and you know, pale ale, IPAs then, because you just need more. It's an addiction, I reckon, straight away, hops. Yeah, they say they're related to marijuana. Maybe that could be what it is. I don't know. But it was definitely an addiction, and I just needed hops, hops, more aroma, more flavour. You're always searching for that, the hoppiest, most aromatic, fruity, citrusy, all those things, piney, blah blah blah, all that stuff. In my beers, my pale ales and IPAs. So then I just started doing mini mashes. Then I got like one of those mini sort of coolers, like a 10-litre cooler, and then do a mini mash in the kitchen and stuff, and that was awesome. That was just the freshness and flavour and stuff that you get from doing that, compared to just using extract kits and liquid extract and dry malt extract. The difference in the beer was huge, and that was when I realised, what grain, and I knew people obviously did all grain from researching about mini mashing on it, and then I heard about the fresh wort kits. I'm like, it is all grain beer. It's already done for you. All you have to do is tip it into a fermenter, and put the yeast in there, ferment it out, dry hop it, bang, no work to be done. And you got all grain beer, and it sounded very appealing. Do you know what I mean? It was just like, oh yeah, cut me times down in brewing and all that sort of stuff, but still get quality beer. And like I said on my Homebrew Wednesday video, there was nothing at all wrong with it, like in the slightest. It was fantastic. It was great beer. You'd be happy with it for sure. And it definitely has its place. But it wasn't my beer. And then it was a very, very quick realization after that. It was a massive disappointment, and not at all again because of the beer. The beer was great, but it was literally like a realization that hit me then, and when I tasted that beer for the first time, that it wasn't mine. So there was no fun in it anymore. It had gone. I didn't realise that I did actually like the process, and even though it seemed like a bit of a pain in the ass, I guess I didn't appreciate it when I was doing it. You don't know what you got till it's gone. Sort of like that. And then from then, as you know, I started this journey into all grain, and that's only a recent development. I got a bigger pot, big enough to do buy it, brew in a bag. Nothing fancy, brew in a bag, dip it out, blah blah blah. Did just a couple of those before, watching some vids out there, channels, Tube Dinos and those kind of things, and hearing about the grain father and stuff. And that's pretty much what got me to build that system. And it comes down to, again, saving as much time as possible, and that, because I was brewing there like maybe if it wasn't every weekend, it'd be every second. I'd miss one, and I brew one beer, and it took me 6 hours just brewing a bag, 20-litre batch or whatever. That's including setup and cleaning up and all that sort of stuff, everything, the whole day. 6 to 8 hours, I guess. I can't really remember. Anyway, and then so wanted to use my time better, and get at the maximum capacity, and working out how much I can store. That's why I know I can fit 2 fermenters in my firm fridge, my fermentation chamber. and also I can fit 2 kegs in there as well, so I can make those beers, those smaller beers that aren't gonna, the grass is not gonna blow out and stuff like that. Yeah, so you know, I can do 3 because I do have a 25 litre keg. I think it's 25. It's like an older one, you know, one of those completely. You've seen it on the videos anyway. Completely stainless one. It doesn't have the rubber around like the cornies do. So I can still ferment in that as well, and do reasonably big beers and have a blow-off tube if necessary. But I don't think I've ever had a blowout in that yet. Don't think, but I may have. Anyway, that's a different story. I digress. It's a good word. I love that word. I think that's Dan's, isn't it? From Effort. Let's brew it. So yeah, it was basically about just saving time, you know, brewing the maximum quantity as I can, and then that's when, you know, you've been there on my journey when I've realised, oh shit, you know, I can make 3 beers and do them sort of at once, separate beers, you know, do different mash, use a single base malt or some specialty malts as well in the original initial mash, and then separate it, add whatever specialty malts to steep in the separate pots, and then make 3 different beers or whatever you want to do. Or now, you know, like you've seen, I've just started doing the whole first runnings, you know. So you get a real big beer and you get 2 smaller beers, and it's very cool that you can do all that stuff, you know. Like I like the variety in that, you know. I don't want to have 2 of the same beers. Although, guys, last night I had some mates over, and my supercharger light version, which I've just called small time now. That's and yeah. Seriously, it's gone too, and I had plans to bottle some up and try to get some out, you know, to some people and stuff, and it just went so quick. It's so good. Like the body was so light. It had so much flavour, and as it sort of mellowed, the hops mellowed, the malts and stuff come through, and that was really good too. And so that's just going to be my house beer now. That beer I would have loved to make a double batch of. I wish I made a double batch. It's a good beer. It would be a good beer anytime. You know, it's got the full flavour there. You can drink it, you know, winter or whatever. But also yeah, summer beer, smash it. So easy to drink and just flavourful. So yeah, I wish I had another keg of that. It's disappointing. Yeah. Anyway, this has been going on for a while now. Shit. Yeah, so anyway, I just wanted to give this a go. I still got half of my beer there. I realised that, yeah, no, some people commented, Brad and that, Elder P, yeah, Baxter, I suppose I've never actually, since I've been doing this, I've never actually talked about it, so I guess it gives you a good chance just to come up with some of the stuff that you don't really normally talk about, because you get carried away, and when your Homebrew Wednesday video is just about what I'm doing brewing wise, what's coming up, and then yeah, that's another thing, guys. I didn't brew on the weekend. Funds unfortunately didn't allow it, but I'll be brewing this weekend. The same thing. I might even try to do another one of those superchargers. So there you go. That's it. That's me. Happy 24-ounce Tuesday. Alcoholic malt water, eh? Suppose you could call it. It's definitely quite highly carbonated, that's for sure. Oh, mate, it's actually quite refreshing. It's like it's hot as here. hopefully we get a storm coming on, and it'll break this bloody weather up. It's just crazy. Yeah, I'm not looking forward to brewing this weekend if it's going to be like this. So anyway, cheers again, guys. I'll see you. Oh, I may even, in fact, be seeing you on Friday. Oh, damn. So yeah, I might even do the effort Friday. Give it a go, eh? All in the same week, perhaps, maybe. See what happens. I gotta work out how to do a black and tan or a half and half then, don't I? Shit. I guess I'll do some research into that. Cheers, guys. I'll possibly see you then. Have a good week.